I cannot call him Wags. Whenever I hear Wags, all my brain does is think of Victoria Beckham. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, there's been a lot of rank 3s lately, including two that I have taken all the way to SIG 200, and they have greatly influenced my prestige and my plans for the future. So I know I get this question a lot. I wanted to wait a little bit of time before I put out another account tour and channel update, but I do believe it is an appropriate time to do that, and I'm very, very excited to bring that to you. We're gonna do a few things here. We're gonna first start off with, I let my Discord server choose my next rank 3. I have a variety of champions, all of whom are very, very worthy to take to rank 3 that I know I want to take to rank 3. So I gave them 5 options. They voted on it. I had no clue who they're going to pick, and I recorded them picking it, or me checking the results anyway. And then of course, ranking that champion out and kind of talking a little bit about that. So we'll go into that first. Then we're gonna go over my 6-star roster. That's just where I'm at in the game. I put out a video explaining that I thought 5 stars were still very, very worthy. This was about 2 to 3 months ago. Since that time, we've had Summer of Pain and the Grandmaster's Gauntlet, which 5 stars were amazing for. Of course, the longer we go in the game, the less relevant they will become, but there is plenty and plenty of content out there that they are great for. I just happen to be at the point in the game where 6 stars are where I am at. And then I'll go over my most desired pools. Then we'll check out the prestige, why I made the moves I did, and what my plans are for the future. And then last, I will talk about the channel updates and go over the sorts of things. I will do my best to put timestamps in the description because I know some of these things might be interesting to you and some of them might not. And that way you can just jump to what you want to. And then last but not least, before we get to this rank 3, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit like, subscribe, even consider sharing it. I appreciate any and all support that you all give me and this channel. Thank you for that. All right, let's jump into it. The Discord server, rank 3, and then I'll see you on the other side to go over the roster. All right, now we're here. We're at the Discord server. I know there's more messages than this. Let's go ahead and scroll up and see what the group has chosen for me. Yeah, we can see there's some chatting. All right, people having fun. We will get there. We will get there. All right, some joking around afterwards. There we go. We're getting close. There it is. There it is. We have 3 votes for Strife, 3 votes for Mr. Negative, 3 votes for Mr. Fantastic. No votes for White Magneto, which is a big surprise, but honestly, when I think about the conversation that took place, it is not shocking. Strife was the most controversial by far. It seems like you either love him or you think he is completely useless, and I kind of wanted to rank him just to show that he has use. I think he's very good. But it's Nick Fury, which I cannot be upset about in any way, shape, or form. Let's go rank this guy up and awaken him. All right, this feels like it was a long time coming to actually be able to rank up 6-star Nick Fury. I've been holding on to a lot of resources for a long time with this guy. Let's go ahead and use the 6-star. Yeah, I should use the skill. I thought about potentially using the generic, but that would make no sense. Might as well use the skill. I could use the generics if I get another skill. I think SIG 1 is plenty for this guy. Let's upgrade him. Let's take him to rank 3. Those of you who's been following the channel for a while, you know how excited I am about this. This guy eluded my account for a tremendous amount of time just because of how many champions I did have. It was just, you know, sometimes you're not going to have all of them. He happened to be the one I didn't have. I'm so pumped to have him. It's going to make me dive into how to utilize him more and more and more. I use my 5-star consistently. I usually use him for like 1 or 2 fights, being very happy or contented if I killed off his initial life, then used his killed off the life model decoy, used the second life, and finished champions off and just did tremendous damage. My biggest issue with him is potentially that you end up playing for such a significant amount of time at a low health pool, but I am totally okay with that. I feel very, very set for the future. I've said it before. I know I get a lot of grief for it, or a lot of people disagree with me. I'm not so sure that Shang-Chi is not a better champion. Maybe it's just one I enjoy more, or maybe it's just the fact that I had him as a 6-star rank 3, and now I have 6-star rank 3 Nick. I am so excited. I can't wait to go out and just use him and have absolute fun with this. So thank you for everyone on the Discord server who voted. I know it's easy to lose track of these things in the chats and in the channels, but I appreciate it. Thank you everyone who has watched. And let me know what you think. Who would you have ranked up? Who would you have voted for? And who would you like to see me rank up soon in the future? All right, I realize I should do that first because you will see the 6-star rank 3 Awakened Nick Fury would kind of ruin any suspense, at least the suspense I know I had when I went and found out who they had voted for. I really thought they were gonna pick Mr. Negative. So I was very surprised to see that. That's kind of why I was like, they picked this many and that many. Anyways, let's move on. These are my 6 stars. These are my rank 3s, rank 2s, and of course my rank 1s. I'm gonna do my best to just quickly point out my favorite ones to play, and then the ones that I hope to pull again, or the ones I don't have that I just desperately would love to get. But favorites to play: Professor X, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Shang-Chi, Guardian, and on this page, that's it. Those are my guys. I've got Suicides on, or the Recoil Masters on, or I don't have them on. These are people that I'm picking anytime, any way I can fit them onto a team. I just love playing them. Of course, Doom and Sorcerer Supreme, but those are more if I don't have Recoil Tree on, and then Archangel for War and things like that. For me, Aegon was an absolute beast for me in Abyss of Legends. I love my Dragon Man with Recoil, without. Ghost, I should get back into playing Ghost. I just have so many options now that she just often doesn't make the team for me in questing and things like that. But she is incredible, and if I ever went for a Legends run or something like that, I'm sure I would break out my Ghost, and I'm very happy that I have her where I have her. Spider-Ham felt like in a completely indulgent rank up. I pulled him when he first came out, took him almost immediately to rank 3 Unawakened. And then as I played him more and more, there's a thing here. This guy is actually very good. I'm very excited about the videos I've gotten out on him. Diablo is an absolute beast and a blast, and I am working on the full guide on him to get that out. Done some initial videos. He is incredible. So is Apocalypse, Kingpin. I cannot wait to awaken my Hercules. I do have an awakening gem with his name on it, but I think I'm going to be opening up the next featured batch. I wouldn't mind pulling him again. That's how it happened with Cosmic Ghost Rider. I was very contented using the gem, using them from that war season and getting all that time with them awakened. And then I pulled him in the featured batch. So it wouldn't kill me, it wouldn't really bother me. You wouldn't see pain come over my face if I awakened him with the gem and then pulled him. But if I can wait, I will. Black Panther is great. Speaking of Hercules just like totally completes Black Panther. Black Panther is a very fun champion. I think he became significantly safer with that synergy from Hercules, and then Hulkbuster. I love playing Hulkbuster. He is an absolute blast, and that is where my rank 3s end. Kind of go over the champions that I will be ranking 3 at some point. It's just a matter of when. Resources are what they are. Gilly 99, of course, Black Widow. They are both excellent champions in this game. Mr. Negative, as I said, and Mr. Fantastic, those will both be going up. I think that actually might be why neither of them won is that poll. It's because I think they were both there and they split that vote. I think a lot of people who voted for Mr. Negative would have voted for Mr. Fantastic and vice versa had one of them not be there. So I think Fury ended up kind of winning by splitting the vote between those science champions. Very smart of Fury, very, very smart. He negotiated that and navigated the polling very well. But I'm excited about Hood's buff. I just put out my abilities video on him. I know how tough it is for people in the community. It does bother me. It does bother me. But this is a champion we're getting. My job, or at least I think what I'm supposed to be doing, or what I feel like I should be doing, is presenting, here's how good I think Hood is. I think he's potentially going to be very good. Obviously, let's wait and play him, though. White Magneto, I cannot call him Wags. Whenever I hear Wags, all my brain does is think of Victoria Beckham for wives and girlfriends. I just go straight to Spice Girls. It's just the way my brain works. All right, so Tigra, I don't see me taking her to rank 3 anytime soon. I would need her awakened, and then I would also need the time to play her, get very good at her, and then also be willing to do the maintenance on every single time a new champion comes into the game, learn the spacing on them. I think we're a ways off of that, just with as much as I have going on with YouTube and things like that. Strife, as you know, he was one of the options for me to consider taking up. Venom will eventually go up one day. Let's see if Venom pull. I think that their crossover is less than we believe it is. I think people will be very happy to take up both if Venom pull is that good. Venom clearly is. If Venom pull is rank 3 worthy, I think people will be happy to have both. That's my sense. Let's continue to move through here, go a little bit quicker. Bishop, you know, if you saw my video on him, I just put that out yesterday. I guess it depends on when you see this, but I just put it out. I like him a lot. He opened my eyes significantly on what he can do, but I won't spoil the end. Why don't you watch the end and you can figure out what I think. Captain Marvel movie, I would like to get her to rank 3 soon. I would like to do that. I think she's an excellent champion, and now that I have Nick at rank 3, they just pair so incredibly well together. Omega Red is obviously worthy of it. I just don't believe I'm going to put the resources in to make him worthy of it for my account. The SIG is so incredibly important. I like Jabari. I all of a sudden went from thinking skill was the worst class to now they maybe are the best. So she just has to get in line. She has to get in line a little bit. Let's continue to roll down. Now, I would rank a lot of these champions to rank 2. I'm just talking about rank 3s here. I'm very much looking forward to Guillotine's buff. I enjoyed that champion. I enjoyed using her in Arena back when willpower, it was before the willpower changes or what have you, and being able to reverse healing was an incredibly big deal for a player with my limited skill set back at that time. Killmonger, if my account was not as large as it is, if I did not have the breadth of options that I have, he would be rank 3. Absolutely, he is awesome. I know I get a lot of pushback on that, but he's awesome. He can do a ton. I think people just don't realize that. And obviously getting him awakened is important. And then every single level you get of SIGs afterwards, it's just a really nice. I hope Dormammu gets a buff now that I see him. I like that guy. I like him a lot. Ultron, I'd like for his bugs to be fixed, but I see a lot there. I like him, but I'm not sure how good he is because of the bugs. It's hard to test and know for certain. Domino, I would like to get her up eventually. She's obviously amazing. Let's continue. She-Hulk. If I did not have a maxed out 5-star SIG 200 She-Hulk, that She-Hulk would be rank 3 right now. Like I would not even wait for level up events. She would just go up. She's that good. She has been for a long time. She synergizes really well with teams I enjoy. She's a problem solver, and I know folks say her damage isn't good. I think they just don't understand how to play her very well. I'm not insulting them. I know it took me a long time to kind of understand that too. Her damage can become very good, and that's on top of all the utility. You don't really have to pick and choose. You can do both. Moving on, I am curious about the King Groot buff, but I do not have him awakened, so I don't think I'll be rushing to awaken him. Overseer, I'm very curious. I want to test him out quite a bit more. I pulled him, and then just via the nature of the YouTube doing this with MCoC, so much stuff came out, he kind of just got pushed aside. He kind of just got pushed aside from my account, but if and when some time opens up, I could see me going back and really testing him and having some fun with that, especially now that he's awakened. You can see in my profile picture, if you're not familiar with my channel, I personally very much enjoy America Chavez, the actual comic character. There's a show that she was on called Marvel Rising. I really enjoyed watching that with my kids. I actually have the doll action figure right there on the stand. I was a little disappointed at what I tested with her coming into the game, but I think part of that is just because I was so emotionally invested in her potentially being amazing. I do think she's going to have some uses. I will be trying to get her. I'm not going to do a crazy hunt for her, but maybe it's through arena grind or some crystals here, and then, you know, whatever happens in the following month, I could see me giving that a good go. I just want to have her. I think she has some uses, and like I said, I enjoy the character significantly. I mean, I have her as my profile picture, for goodness sake. I think it's obvious. And then as far as champions, I would love to pull a Dr. Voodoo. He is excellent. And I use my 5-star in AQ and things like that. A lot of people like Hitmonkey. I still don't see it, but part of that might be me just not having him as a 6-star. So I'm very willing to admit it might just be me being wrong. I-Hulk, I desperately want I-Hulk. I will be going for science when Nexus and crystals and things like that come up, I will continue to go for science until I can get him. I want him. I enjoy using Hercules. I know how well they synergize together. I want iHulk. I just do, and I don't care who knows it. I would like to get Mojo. I would obviously want to awaken him. I would like to get Odin. The problem is I think I'm done opening this Baphomet featured. But I would like to get Odin if I can. He's more than a pre-fight champion, folks. He definitely is. I would like to get Sparky. That's what I call Spider-Man Stark. I would like to get him, but I think some of that's nostalgia. I do think he'd probably be very good as a 6-star rank 3 champion, but he was the first champion that I played this game where when I pulled them, I went into a quest. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I could tell he was different. And he made the Labyrinth of Legends legitimately fun for me. I remember the Cyclops fight and thinking like, I feel as though he was built for this, and I actually enjoyed that. And then the rest of these champions I wouldn't be upset to pull, but they're not on my most desired list. The Scarlet Witch Sigil, I'm just holding on to that resource that we get. I will get her when the time comes, assuming nothing else changes. I won't awaken her, and then I'll wait until I get a second round and I'll purchase that and awaken her again, assuming nothing else has happened. Purgatory does seem to be good in long fights, but I'm already done with Abyss, so I don't see me using that. And those are my champions. That's who I'm excited about, the champions I'm most excited to rank up, and they will be factoring into my rank 3 decisions. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the Prestige really quick. I did say we would talk about that, and I personally find this interesting. I played the Prestige 1 game for a very long time, and it was a blast. It actually was, it was a lot of fun. Because Kabam was putting out champions that were influencing the Prestige, and I think we have finally reached the time where we're going to continue to see champions that close that gap between Doom and Rag Thor. I have been saying that for a long time, and I mean, it doesn't take a lot of like chutzpah to go out and say that now, considering that Hercules is in the game. But I think that's going to continue happening. And I had a lot of expiring Sig Stones, and we're not that far from our first rank 4. It's very clear with the end of Summer of Pain and getting the Karina's challenge done. It looks like that's probably going to happen, where we're going to start to see rank 4s in the game. And that won't just open up the floodgates. We're not going to all of a sudden have now 5 rank 4s, but it will happen. And I made the decision, and here was the decision I made, is I still want to have good prestige. I'm in for Loki. We're playing for a top 20 AQ. Those rewards we get are very helpful to everyone in the whole alliance. And I came into the alliance with one of the best prestiges in the game, and I would like to keep it that way. I'm very happy there. I have a lot of friends there. I would like to be helpful in that way if I can. I also, though, know I never play Silver Surfer. He's a fine champion. He might even be good in some situations, but I never play him. And so I decided that I was going to take these 6 stones that I had, and I was going to put them into my favorite champions, and who were going to be the champions that I first wanted to rank in their class. And I looked at the skill class because I did not have a Sig 200 skill champion, and for me, it was immediately Shang-Chi. There was no doubt in my mind that he is by far my favorite skill champion to play. I just love playing him. He also happens to be excellent. And his prestige is not bad. No, it's not as good as Rag Thor's. And no, it probably will not be as good as a skill champion that comes out that when I'm finally able to rank for a skill champion. I think it's very likely that there'll be someone better than him prestige-wise. But I had the 6 stones now, and I put them into him, and I put them into Professor X, because they are my favorite champions in their class, or at least the ones I would be most excited to take into rank 4 first. And as a result, despite neither of them receiving a massive benefit from their Sig, in fact, I would not advise you to Sig 200 either of those champions for the damage increase. I feel like there's a little bit of notice in it in Professor X, but I'll cover that in a Professor X video. In Shang-Chi, you notice it, but again, I don't think the bang for the buck is very good. But I knew that those were the champions I wanted to take to rank 4 first, at least based on what I know right now. Professor X, Shang-Chi, Doom, Guardian. I don't know who it would be in science, and it would probably be Hercules in Cosmic, right? Clown, sorry. If you saw this part, I hope you're not too upset with me, buddy. He's an alliance mate, for those who don't know, a really amazing alliance mate. And I will eventually take up Silver Surfer because I've got him at SIG 200. I'd be crazy to not eventually do it. He is the Prestige King, but he's not going to be one of my first 5. I really do not believe he will be. Crazier things have happened, but it's not in my plan. Doom, Guardian, Professor X, Shang-Chi, right? Those are my guys that I will be bringing up, and I will be most excited to do it in Hercules. He is incredible. I'm able to get him to, I think, about SIG 140 right now. I have an Awakening Gem. There's plenty of time. I have not finished Karina's challenge. And then, of course, Summer of Pain, too. He might even be my first rank 4, just because everyone's going to do Doom. And Doom is an obvious choice, but I am in an alliance with that takes war very seriously. Maybe we can use a rank 4 Herc on attack or defense. I'll figure that out at that time. But that's my advice to you. If you want to do the rank 1 thing, I think the rank 1 is about to get insanely fun because we finally saw that seal pierced in a way, or broken, where we've got a champ. I do believe Herc is above Thor in like decimal points at rank 3 or rank 4. But we're finally seeing. I'm glad Kabam finally did it, and I hope they do it in increments. I hope it's a slow and steady march up to Doom, and maybe every once in a while we get a champion that's somewhere close to Doom or something like that. I think that would be fun. I think it'd be fun for the game, and I think it'd be fun for everyone who's doing the AQ1 race. I think it'd be a good time. But that's my advice, is if you're not going for the AQ1, and I gave it up a long time ago, and I am much happier in this game now that I've given it up. If you're going to take Prestige into play, if it matters for you, put them into champions you enjoy. SIG stones, yes, we've gotten a lot of them lately, especially those who have been buying deals. But they're still incredibly precious, and once you spend them, you can't get them back. Put them into the champions you enjoy. That's my advice. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the channel update. All right, and just a quick update on the channel. I did recently reach 8,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed. I always appreciate the support, and it feels like tremendous growth in what's really well under a year in taking this channel very seriously. So I'm very proud of that and very excited about it. But the reason I'm talking to you is I've recently joined the CCP. And because of that, I'm now getting, and it is very, very close, and sometimes not even at all, but I am getting the abilities of the buff champions and some information, being able to test out the new champions coming to the game. And I'm having an absolute blast doing those videos and trying to make sure, because I know what it's like to watch them, and trying to make sure that I'm actually giving you theories on, like, here's how I think this might be used. Here's how I could see the rotation working out. Because I think that is helpful, and it's also helping me to understand them better when I do go to test them. Also, now my champion review videos, I think, have gotten significantly better, or they're at least more efficient to make, because I actually can take the champion to rank 3. I can put 6 stones into them as opposed to us theorizing. And I loved making the rank 3 videos, and I still do. I just made the last one on Bishop. They take a lot of time, but I'm very excited that I can actually say, like, no, this is what the champion is like at rank 3. And I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to review videos or champions, the buff champions, all of them. And I'm very interested in knowing, like, who you'd like to see reviewed and the comments you all make in them, because I learn a lot, not only about maybe how to play the champion, but on what it is that you all would like to see, or how to make a better video and present that information better. And then last, and definitely not least, the thing I want to mention is I love live streaming. It is by far my favorite part of YouTube, or having a YouTube channel. For those who've been able to make it, I think you can really see how much I enjoy going back and forth with you all, reading the comments, joking around, testing things out, and just having an absolute blast and a tremendous amount of fun. And some of you have asked me, often a lot of you ask me, like, okay, I got an alert, or I saw that you did do a stream, but now I can't find it after it's over. And that's because I frequently unlist my streams after they are over. It was advice I received from someone who really knows what they're doing. And I did notice that my views on YouTube ticked up once I started unlisting streams. I will leave some listed if they were extremely well attended by my channel standards. I will leave them up. But if the stream is over, I will often unlist them, meaning you won't be able to find them just on that home page that we just saw there. But you can go and you can check out, and I put them in this playlist, this live stream playlist. Every single stream goes directly into here. I changed the title as best I can to reflect what actually happened in the stream, and maybe what we talked about and what we decided to test. And then I also do that with all of my videos. All of my videos, I mean, you can see on the screen, there's the R3 Worthy, there's Iron Man Infinity War, She-Hulk, Cable, Hood, and so on and so forth for every video I make. They get put into a playlist. You can go there and you can check that out. Thank you so much for watching. This was a fun video to make. It wasn't a champion review video, which are traditionally my favorites. But this was a very, very fun video to make. I have been getting a lot of questions on it, so I'm glad we could get it out there. And I hope it answered the questions you were looking for. And I know 6 stones are coming in, and I know that rank 4s are going to be a thing for some of us, and they're going to be a thing for everyone eventually if we play the game long enough. And so I wanted to give a little bit of advice on my perspective, having played the AQ1 game, and where I'm now choosing to go with it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video. Did you like it? If and when I do another one, what's something you'd like to see or something like that? Take care, everybody. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.